Hey guys, it's Glitter. If you're unfamiliar with our channel, me and my sister Paint
That's me. Hi.
are the creators of the Dandy's World Passing Time AU. A few weeks ago, actually more like a month, we made 6 community posts asking for your questions for the 6 mains of the Passing Time AU. So today, we've kidnapped them and thrown them into an endless gradient checker void to answer your questions! Without further ado, sit back, grab your dandy popcorn and your dandy drink, because you're about to have a dandy time watching this disgustingly long video of pure dandy antics.
Yippee! I can't wait! Okay.
Shut up. On with the show.
Dandy! What's your favorite food?
Croissants. Bet you weren't expecting that. It was actually the first food I ever ate. A little free sample from the local bakery back in our old town. Good days. Anyways, next question. What flower do you like and hate the most? How could I ever hate any flower? Let alone pick just one favorite? I've been liking bluebells a lot recently, but also amaryllis. And there are some beautiful California poppies that grow just outside of Garden View. That's just to name a few. Dandy, what's your favorite color? Does rainbow count?
Dandy, which petal is your favorite petal?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but there's definitely least favorites. Sometimes the red one droops, which is really annoying. The green one also makes it hard to put on clothes sometimes, considering it covers half my body. But I also like to keep my hands there sometimes, so that's a plus. If you ever had a sister, how would that make you feel? And what would you guys like to do together? Anyway, hope you have a great day, Dandy, and keep on with the questions! I would love to have a sister. Actually, I created a concept for a sister of my own a long time ago, but I never made her a real toon for a few reasons. We would definitely garden together, assuming she likes gardening too. And I wish you a great day as well. Dandy, do you photosynthesis? Yes, actually. I can technically use sunlight as a form of nutrients, but it's nowhere near enough to replace food. I can just go slightly longer without food when I'm in direct sunlight. What was your favorite movie or episode from the show? Which one do you have the best memories creating? That's a tough one, but I think I'll have to go with Stage Fright. It was the first special we ever filmed, and I still remember the real-life events it was based on. Astro had to go up on stage by himself for the first time in front of a big audience, and we were all encouraging him to do it. I remember it like it was yesterday. Haha.
Dandy, what's the first thing you'd do if something bad were to happen to Garden View? Destroyed?
Bad things have happened before, and I've panicked more times than I'd like to admit. However, I've also been learning from my mistakes and handling things in a much more orderly fashion, as a leader should. If anything were to happen to Garden View or any of the toons, I'll be the first to bring everyone together to fix things.
Dandy, how do you feel about the toons? And what do you think they can do better at? Also, can you say hi to me, Dandy? You're so cool.
Hi! I care a lot about each and every toon, even if they're difficult sometimes. While they're all great at their jobs, I do wish the vicious cycle of drama and gossip would stop, mainly fueled by Connie. And in the past, V. It feels like every other week I hear Gigi or Glisten whispering about rumors they heard from Connie about another toon's personal life. It's as if someone's always lurking with a camera to record your shortcomings for everyone to see. Sometimes they'll even manufacture drama themselves by daring other toons to do questionable things. If they would stop feeding into this drama, that'd be great. Dandy, how do you feel about V's actions? Do you still feel resent towards her for what she did? Also, you have a nice garden. Thank you for the compliment. Assuming this is about the money she stole from me, it doesn't bother me too much anymore considering she's since paid me back. But the fact that she did it in the first place and never apologized still does irk me a bit. But then again, I get why she hates me. In a way, I guess I don't deserve an apology for anything, do I?
Dandy, have you ever won any of these game shows? If so, what prizes did you manage to win?
I've won a few of the little ones she used to hold back in Meadowview before Dandy's World was a real show, but all the prizes were pretty small since we didn't have much at the time. I was still content with $1 or a small trinket, though.
Dandy, who is your favorite toon? You cannot choose yourself, though.
I wouldn't choose myself if I could. I don't like picking favorites, but if I had to, I'd probably have to pick Sprout or Bassie. Sprout is always there for me and has helped me through some of my roughest times. I don't know where I'd be without him. Not to mention, we've been friends for 20 years. If I ever need advice, he's the first toon I go to. And as for Bassie, well, I just like her. She's fun to garden with.
How did you and Astro become friends?
He was the first toon I ever made, so naturally, we stuck together and became best friends. I showed him that life isn't so scary, and he offered to listen to whatever was on my mind. We did everything together.
Are you and Astro still close?
Not as close as we used to be, no. But we still talk every once in a while, and we've been gardening together a lot recently. I'm honestly still shocked that he wants to keep being friends.
Dandy, what do you think of Bassie?
She's really nice to me. We've been spending a lot more time together lately after the trip we went on back in December. She's pretty, too.
What's your opinion on V and Astro's relationship?
I'm happy for them. Of course, V is very protective over Astro, so I try to stay away from him, unless he wants me around, which I don't see why he ever would.
How often do you spend time with Pebble and the other main toons?
We've been closer recently. I usually talk to them all daily, especially Sprout and Pebble. Well, except for V, of course. I couldn't imagine her wanting to hang out with me. She'll usually tolerate me when we're with all the other mains, though.
Dandy, are you bald?
Define bald. I obviously have no hair, since most toons don't. But is it defined differently when in reference to toons? Hey Dandy, how's things been holding up in Garden View since some stuff? A lot better, luckily. It's been about a year now since that stuff. I'd say we've reached normalcy again. Dandy, do you the it, the when, the what, the when you it? Huh?
Do you truly regret your past actions?
Yes, of course! More than anything! I'd take it all back if I could. I'm sorry. Dandy, are you okay? Do you need a hug? I'm not exactly feeling the best, no. A hug would be nice.
Dandy, can you step aside? We want to talk to someone else now.
Oh, well, I think that was the last question anyways. I guess I'll be on my way now.
Dear V, how old are you?
Approximately 21.
Hi V, big fan. I have a question I've been wanting to ask you. What made you want to become a game show host?
I grew up watching a bunch of shows of the sort and knew I was meant for the showbiz. People either do stupid crap for money or pay money to watch people do stupid crap. I was smart enough to capitalize off of it all. You're lucky I settled on trivia instead of paying people to do life-threatening challenges. Turns out, watching people suck at simple trivia makes you feel a lot smarter. Not like I have any shortcomings in the intelligence department, but I digress.
How long has it been since you hosted a game show?
Ugh, longer than I'd like to admit. Garden View shutting down stunted everything for a while, and my personal life got hectic, to say the least.
but I've got plans for a big comeback. Bigger and better than every other past episode.
V. 4,489 equals x to the second power. Find the value of x.
There are two possible values, x equals 67 or x equals negative 67.
V, how are the glitches going? Have you figured out what it meant yet or no?
I know what it is now. They still won't go away, though. I've learned to live with them.
Can you program yourself to find the cure to cancer and the solution to world hunger?
If I could, I'd hide it behind a paywall and become a billionaire.
V, what is your opinion on movie genres and tropes? Do you have any favorites? And any you don't like?
Everyone falls into some sort of trope. The blonde bimbo and damsel in distress annoy me to no end. Also any sort of romance. Crime is usually more interesting.
V, what do you envision you and Astro being in 5 years?
Filthy rich. You're not getting anything out of me. My relationship is none of your business.
V, do you want to take Sprout's hand in marriage?
No? I'm taken, dullard.
Hey V, I have a big question for you. What's your opinion on being a robot?
I have a lot more resources than the average toon. That's all that's worth noting. And refer to me as a toon, not a robot. An electronic toon if you must.
How do you feel about all the other mains?
Shelly is 50% annoying, 50% fun to hang out with. Sprite is fine when he's not checking in on me 24/7, but he is helpful, so I'll give him that. Dandy is an emotional wreck, and I loathe him to no end. And Pebble is a little cross-eyed twerp, but otherwise fine. And Astro is nice.
Dear V, why do you and Dandy hate each other so much?
Don't even get me started. I try not to bring it up anymore, but he's committed unforgivable crimes. Even before that, it was a competition for popularity, when I still intend on winning.
V, out of 10, how much do you hate Dandy?
17 to the fourth power.
Is Shelly your BFF?
She wishes. We play video games sometimes, but only so I can punch her.
Yo V, how do you charge?
How do you charge? I sleep, moron.
Dear V, what are the most common times you overheat?
In overwhelming situations. My system running too fast is what causes overheating, which usually happens due to certain feelings. Anyways,
V, are you bald?
use your eyes.
Dear V, are you aware of your existence on this mortal plane? I mean, do you have some sort of grudge against Scraps?
Gonna ignore that first part. Scraps is a petty, immature little idiot. She broke into my room once just to trash it because she was mad or something. Doesn't help that I've had to pay that loser on multiple occasions. She's been banned from my show.
If you suddenly gained the ability to eat or drink, what would you eat or drink first?
A ham sandwich with the crust cut off and a glass of warm milk.
What's your favorite episode of Dandy's World, besides ones with you as the main focus?
The one where Glisten gets humbled. Can't remember the name. Astro's Dreamland is also a good one.
V, is Astro funny?
He thinks he's funny, I'll tell you that much. His humor consists of making puns and messing with me.
Hi V, do me a favor and list off all the toons you don't get along with, or hate, and give them each one compliment.
Corny is great at going invisible, which is perfect for when I don't want to see her face. Dandy is better at having nervous, sweaty outbursts than anyone I know. And Scraps' lovely voice sounds like a cheese grater to the ears. Hope they love their compliments.
Hey V, out of all your scamming schemes, which was your favorite? If you have one. Or if you don't have a favorite, which in your brutally honest opinion was the funniest?
I promised some idiot a girlfriend if he bought some fake watch I was selling. He paid $10,000.
Why do you feel the need to suppress your emotions and pretend to be a totally independent toon when you are secretly so reliant on others?
First of all, I'm not that reliant on others. Second of all, simple answer, reliance is weakness. If people know you can't handle things on your own, they'll take advantage of that. And if you get too comfortable with someone's help, you'll be nothing once that crutch finally decides to leave you. I'm trying to leave that mindset, though.
V, what's your favorite candy?
None. I can't eat.
How do you get to eat and drink?
I don't.
Dear V, do you eat anything?
I can't eat.
Do you eat grass to turn green?
That's not even how that works. I have no mouth. I cannot eat. There's no secret compartment where the food goes in or whatever the heck you people are thinking. I can't eat.
2V, are you able to love? Like, fall in love?
Well, obviously. Did you think I couldn't?
Were you programmed to have emotions?
I was. I've been displaying emotion this whole time, right?
Dear V, are you okay?
Why would you care?
Thoughts about Scraps? She hasn't been the kindest towards me, V, and Stump in the past. I believe she can change, and if she's genuinely sorry for the hurtful things she said and done, I would happily forgive her.
Dear Astro, what's your fave constellation, and how's your week been?
My week has been good. Thank you for asking. I can possibly pick one favorite constellation. They're all so beautiful. Perhaps one of the ones I've made in my dreams, if that even counts. Astro, I know you like to sleep, but do you have any other hobbies like reading? I do like to read. I'm in Gardenview's book club, actually. I've also recently picked up crocheting as a new hobby for something to occupy me during the day.
Dear Astro, is it true that you can see/control a toon's dreams? Which dream has been most worrying so far?
Yes, I can control dreams. I don't want to invade anyone's privacy by sharing their nightmares, but the most worrying ones have been from Dandy, V, and Glisten. Is it difficult to give dreams to others? Do you make every single dream, or do you only give special dreams to toons who asked? It's not too difficult usually. However, the more a toon's mind is set on one thought or idea, the harder it is to control. That's why nightmares about insecurities are the hardest to control. If a toon asks for a dream, I'll happily give them one. Sometimes I like to give them nice dreams as a surprise, just to show that I care.
Astro, be honest, man. Can you hit a backflip? If not, try. Trust me.
I don't think I've ever tried to. I learned how to do a cartwheel, if that counts.
Astro, what's your favorite food and drink?
I've been told that I'm a picky eater, and I'd believe it. I like to stick with simple flavors and textures that aren't too overwhelming. Warm milk is definitely my favorite drink, as it helps me calm down. As for food, a ham sandwich with the crust cut off is usually my go-to option for lunch.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Blue Moon ice cream. I'm definitely biased because of the name, but it's a nice change of pace from vanilla. It took a bit for me to get used to the flavor, though. Is it possible to accidentally give someone a nightmare? If yes, have you? And how'd that go? Yes, unfortunately. About a year ago, during a bad time, I accidentally gave Boxton recurring nightmares that kept him up for weeks without even realizing. I still apologize for it to this day and give him good dreams whenever I can. That's the first and last time that's ever happened.
Astro, will you ever get angry for what happened to you?
I don't like getting angry over past events, especially if an apology has already been given. I find it only makes it harder for everyone to move on. Although I'm not mad at Dandy, sometimes I get frustrated with the long-lasting effects of what he did. I can never see certain things the same way anymore.
Astro, is V funny?
I think she is. She's very good at sarcasm and knows how to make a good joke on the spot. She would make for a great stand-up comedian.
Is it easy to understand V's affection for you, or does she rather not show it?
She doesn't fully understand affection yet, but she has her own ways. She's always doing me favors and giving me gifts. But I've been teaching her other ways to show her affection through my own.
What's it like being in love with a robot? If it hit that stage yet?
She has more difficulty handling emotions than most toons, but I know she loves me. Sometimes she'll start overheating when we're together, so we're trying to take things slow so she doesn't get overwhelmed.
Astro, why are you always sleepy?
I don't know, honestly. I get tired a lot easier than the average toon, even though I know I get enough rest. I guess my body is just used to being asleep. It could also be due to a lack of restful sleep, as my mind is almost always active when I'm asleep, so I can make dreams. I also love going to my dreamland, so I'm more inclined to sleep so I can be there.
Which of your nightgowns is your most favorite?
Definitely one of the ones that V made me. They're very comfortable, and I appreciate the thought that went into them a lot. I love her.
Astro, are you still friends with Dandy?
I am. We're not nearly as close as we used to be, but we still talk quite often. Recently, he's been helping me with a little project.
Astro, have you ever used your powers to make someone fall asleep?
I have. Quite a few times, actually. Whenever a toon is having trouble sleeping at night, I'll gladly hum them a lullaby.
What was it like meeting Dandy for the first time?
I used to be afraid of him when we first met, actually. He found me hiding amongst some tall flowers before I realized he was friendly. We became friends shortly afterwards and followed each other everywhere. Goodness, it has been a long time, hasn't it?
When you take off your hat, are you bald, or do you have, galaxy hair underneath?
Galaxy hair? Only in my dreams, unfortunately. There's a reason why I keep the hat on.
Are you the moon or the sun? If the sun, moon, then sun? Do you like blue paint to be blue?
No, I don't. This is my natural color.
Astro, are you going to sleep after the Q&A?
I'm gonna try my best not to. I've slept enough. I need to find something productive to do.
Shelly is my fave main! I'm so excited! Shelly, if you had to pick one type of dinosaur as a pet, which one would you choose?
Oh my goodness, there are so many fun options to choose from. I thought a lot about this question in the past. I'd have to go with velociraptors. I would take my little buddy to go out fossil hunting, and we play fetch together every day.
So, Shelly, what got you into dinosaurs in the first place? I'm honestly curious.
Back in our old town, we went to this museum for the first time. The moment I saw the dinosaur exhibits, I fell in love. I asked the guide so many questions and read every last one of those little informational signs. From then on, I want to learn everything there was to know about dinosaurs.
Shelly, do you know any good dinosaur puns?
I used to be a nervous Rex when it came to dinosaur puns, until Finn started teaching me his extraordinary methods. Now I'm practically a thesaurus on the subject. Dear Shelly, who taught you how to sew? Rebecca did. It was a long learning process because I'd have to be awake super late for our schedules to align. I've gotten to a point now where I can experiment by myself, but I do still like sewing with her whenever possible. So, Shelly, you love everything dino and you're incredible at sewing. What other hobbies do you have / are learning? Oh, I got this book series I'm writing called Cretaceous Companions. The name might change, I'm not sure about yet. It's about if humans and toons developed sooner and coexisted with late Cretaceous period dinosaurs. There are a few fantasy elements, like dinosaurs from earlier periods making appearances and being able to talk, but for the most part, I try to keep everything as realistic to what we know.
Dear Shelly, what's your favorite type of fossil?
I always get really excited when I come across body fossils, like bones or shells. To be more specific, my favorite ones to find are teeth and claws. To Shelly, how many fossils do you have? As many as I can fit on my shelf, which is about 40 depending on their sizes. I donate any extras I find to researchers.
Has your love for dinosaurs ever been low? Like, from what a toon said or something?
There have been a lot of times where I wish dinosaurs weren't my favorite interest, just because of how little everybody else cared for it. But even then, my love for them has never wavered. I don't think it ever will.
Shelly, have you ever seen a toon / human with one of your plushies? If not, how would you react?
I've seen kids with plushies of me all the time during Dinosaur Wednesdays, and I'm pretty sure Danny kept the prototype plushies of all of us, so he has a plushie of me too.
Dear Shelly, do you and V do any fun activities like drawing?
It would be very hard to convince her to draw with me. Though maybe if I got Astro to, we could both convince her to draw with us. Besides that, Vi and I usually play video games whenever we visit each other. Though she is an absolutely horrible team player.
Dear Shelly, how many fossils did you ever find in the sandbox on the museum floor?
All of them. About a year ago, that was the closest thing I had to fossil hunting, considering we couldn't go outside.
Hey Shelly, do things ever fall into the hole in your shell? And if they do, how do you get it out?
One time a spider crawled in there. Somehow Dandy managed to coax it out. He's a spider whisperer.
If someone were to chop your head off, could they use it as a container for water?
Technically that'd work. It wouldn't be very practical though. And I'd rather keep my head.
To you, Shelly, have you ever been jealous of some toon before? Do you still have jealousy around them?
I've felt jealous of a lot of toons before, actually. That's a horrible feeling because I want them to be happy, but it's their happiness that's making me feel so bad. Thankfully, I don't feel jealous as often as I used to, and it's much easier to manage nowadays. Hey, Shelly, what's your thoughts on other prehistoric animals besides dinosaurs, like the woolly mammoth or the saber-tooth? I love all things prehistoric! My favorite non-dinosaur prehistoric creature is the glyptodon. They're cute and round and got a funny sounding name.
Dear Shelly, what do you think about the other mains?
Dandy is super fun to talk to, Astro's a good listener and very thoughtful, Sprout always works super hard to take care of us, Pebble's the bestest dog, and V acts like she hates me, but I know she doesn't. Dear Shelly, do you ever feel that nobody sees you? I used to feel that way a lot. Like, no matter how hard I tried, it never amounted to nothing. But not anymore.
Wait, I forgot her name. Which one were we talking about again?
Let me jog your memory. I'm Shelly, the ammonite fossil, dinosaur expert and one of the main characters of Dandy's world.
Who are you?
Let me jog your memory. I'm Shelly, ammonite fossil, dinosaur expert, and main character.
Who are you?
Okay, now y'all are just messing with me.
Hello, Shelly. What do you think about the future?
It's looking overwhelmingly bright.
Sprout?
How many times did you set off the fire alarm?
0 times? I do still remember the first time Cosmo set it off, though. I nearly had a heart attack. What is your favorite
Color!
It's light pink.
Are you bald? And are you wearing a wig?
I'm not usually bald, but during the winter, most of the leaves on my head fall off, leaving behind just my stem. I'll be honest, I really don't like the way I look during that time, but I've dealt with it by wearing hats to cover it up. Just last Christmas, though, Astro and V gifted me a custom wig that looks nearly identical to my normal hair. I'm beyond grateful for it.
Have you ever considered opening your own restaurant/bakery?
I did have dreams of opening my own bakery when I was younger. Nowadays, I just wouldn't have the time for that. The closest thing I've got to a bakery now is the one I run in the show.
What is your favorite recipe based on taste and difficulty to make?
Chocolate cupcakes with strawberry icing. A classic. They're delicious and very easy to bake.
Can you eat a strawberry?
I don't have any on me right now, but I probably will when we're done here. Strawberries are my favorite fruit, if you couldn't guess.
Dear Seed... Sprout, what is your least favorite toon, and why?
You can call me Seedly if you like. I love all the toons with all of my heart, so I still care for who I'm about to mention. That being said, Connie. She's always messing with the others purely for entertainment, and she never seems sorry. I hope one day she changes for the better.
Mr. Seedly, have you ever been mistaken for the opposite gender than you are?
A few kids have mistaken me for a girl before, as well as a few adults. I guess the pink isn't doing me any favors, huh?
Dear Sprout, is you bilingual?
I am, actually. I know ASL, American Sign Language. I learned it back in our old town to better communicate with a deaf baker, Mr. Miller. He taught me nearly everything I know.
Dear Sprout, have you ever had a favorite adventure or good memory?
A good memory I have was participating and winning in the 1991 San Francisco Bake Off. That was an adventure in and of itself. The competition spanned 3 days, and we got to stay in a hotel for the first time. I still have the trophy on display in my room.
Dear Sprout, what's the worst thing you've ever cooked or baked?
I, unfortunately, hold the title of creating the flattest brick of bread in Wyoming. It was my first time attempting to bake from memory, and I completely forgot the yeast.
Dear Sprout, do you ever wish you had a brother or a sister? To me, I think you'd look good with a sister.
I've never really wished for a sibling. I think it's because, at some point in time, all the other mains felt like brothers and sisters to me. I definitely wouldn't complain if I did have one, though. I think it'd be nice.
Would you call yourself the best baker in the world?
Maybe not the best, but I believe I'm pretty far up there. I've heard some of the toons say they can't go back to eating regular food after trying the stuff I make. Dear Sprout, when you were a baby, did you look like a strawberry flower, a green strawberry, or a red strawberry? Also, do you have seeds all over your body, or just on your face? When I first came into existence, I was basically just a smaller version of my current self, already able to walk around, talk, and understand things. And yes, I technically do have seeds all over my body. They're just not visible from afar.
Dear Sprout, do you have any side hobbies?
I learn about medicine in my spare time. Not only is it just intriguing, but arming myself with that knowledge helps me keep my friends safe. I also really like styling my hair, if that counts.
Do kids try and bite your head?
Sometimes. I'm pretty sure this has happened to all the food toons at least once. Dear Sprout, I've been sick for about a month now, and no matter how much medicine I take, I still have a cough and feel nauseous. Maybe a cupcake would help? No, toon biology is much different from human biology. A cupcake would likely only make your symptoms worse. I highly recommend seeing a doctor if it's been going on for this long. I hope you get better soon.
What's your opinion on all the mains?
I think very highly of all of them. They're all amazing people, and I love them to no end. I'd do anything to make sure they're happy.
If you ever were given the option, would you leave Garden View?
Certainly not. Everyone I know and love are here. I could never leave them all behind. And if there's ever an emergency, I want to be able to help right away.
Sprout, I have a question for you. Why are you overprotective?
The thought of anyone I care about being in pain, physically or emotionally, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And knowing all the stuff they went through last year, all the things I couldn't prevent, I want to keep them safe.
Pebble, this question is very, 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 very important. Are you a good dog?
Pebble, do you talk to rocks?
This question has plagued my thoughts for far too long now, and I finally see a chance at an answer. What kind of rock are you? Are you igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic, or something else?
How do you really feel about coal?
Pebble, what do you think about today's economy?
Lol.
Have you disobeyed your owner before?
Dear Pebble, do you like Dandy being your owner, or do you want a new owner?
If you had to live with a different toon, which one would you choose?
Pebble, why are you so adorable?
Who is your favorite event toon?
Pebble, what do you think of the other mains, like Astro?
Dear Pebble, is there anything you wish you could do that other toons can do?
How many times do you swear at Dandy without him knowing? Pebble, nice to see you. What was it like when you first met Cole? Was it scary? Were you happy or were you curious? Gotta go. Bye.
Can you put your eyes straight?
Do you wait pencil lead to be gray?
To Pebble, what was the worst thing you did in your life?
Well, folks, it seems we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, you can learn more about our Dandy's World AU on our website linked in the description. We also have a series on our channel following the adventures of these toons and others, so be sure to check that out too. And before you go, for the first week this video is up, the mains will be responding to even more of your questions in the comments of this video. Don't be a freak or else we will block you. Thanks for watching!
Yay, thank you. This took us too long. Yay!